The Dell PowerEdge PE line is Dell's server computer products line. Most PowerEdge servers use the x86 architecture. The early exceptions to this, the PowerEdge 3250, PowerEdge 7150, and PowerEdge 7250 use Intel's Itanium processor. But Dell abandoned Itanium in 2005 after failing to find adoption in the marketplace. The partnership between Intel and Dell remained close, with Intel remaining the exclusive source of processors in Dell servers until 2006. In May 2006, Dell announced that it also intended to develop servers using AMD Opteron processors. The first Opteron-based PowerEdge systems, the PowerEdge 6950 and the PowerEdge SC 1435, appeared in October 2006. PowerEdge machines come configured as tower, rack-mounted, or blade servers. Dell uses a consistent chipset across servers in the same generation regardless of packaging, allowing for a common set of drivers and system images. Original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, and value-added resellers also offer solutions based on PowerEdge servers. Loaded with custom software and with minor cosmetic changes, Dell servers form the underlying hardware in certain appliances from Ironport, Google, Extended Networks, and Enterasys. Image: rack-mounted 11th Gen PowerEdge servers. In 2007, the PowerEdge line accounted for approximately 15% of Dell's overall revenue from computer hardware sales. In subsequent years, Dell made the transition from a pure hardware vendor to a solutions provider and services company, as evidenced, for example, by the acquisition of Herald Systems and Case Networks, and the setup of a special global services department within Dell. Image: rack-mountable 11th generation 11G PowerEdge R610 server with the case open and the front bezel removed. Section 1. PowerEdge RAID Controller. Dell uses the name PowerEdge RAID Controller, PERC, for proprietary versions of its RAID's computer storage controllers. The related software in the PERC Fault Management Suite offer facilities such as the Background Patrol Read, which aims to fix bad sectors on online RAID disks running under some of the PERC controllers around 2006. These cards are equipped with hardware from LSI Corporation or Intel, 256 megabytes of memory upgradable on the 5/I to 512 megabytes, support up to 8x SATA 3.0 gigabits per second drives without the use of expanders. They had an optional battery backup unit, BBU, to allow more flexible use in the memory during writes, enhancing performance in RAID 5 and 6, and operate over the PCI Express interface. Section 2. Chassis Systems. Although PowerEdge is mainly used to refer to servers, there are a few systems where the term PowerEdge refers to systems of which servers are just a part. Examples of these usages are PowerEdge M1000E, the Dell Blade server system where the complete system uses the term PowerEdge, and M1000E refers to the chassis and complete combination of components in them. The individual non-server components also have their own name in their own family, such as PowerConnect M switches or EqualLogic Blade SAN. PowerEdge VRTX, the converged system consisting of up to 4 PowerEdge M Blade servers, the built-in storage solution in the I/O networking module. Section 3. Model Naming Convention. Since the introduction of the Generation 10 series in 2007, Dell adopted a standardized method for naming their servers. The name of each server is represented by a letter followed by 3 digits. The letter indicates the type of server. R for rack-mountable indicates a 19-inch rack-mountable server. M for modular indicates a blade server, while T for tower indicates a standalone server. This letter is then followed by 3 digits. The first digit refers to the number of CPU sockets in the system. 123 for 1 socket, 427 for 2 sockets, and 9 for 4 sockets. 8 can be either 2 or 4 sockets depending on generation and CPU maker. The second digit refers to the generation, 0 for generation 10, 1 for generation 11, and so on. The third digit indicates the maker of the CPU, 0 for Intel, or 5 for Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. For example, the Dell PowerEdge M610 was a 2-socket server of the 11th generation using an Intel CPU, while the R605 was a 2-socket AMD-based rack server of the 10th generation. Prior to the Generation 10 servers, the naming convention was as follows. First digit, height of the server in rack units. Second digit, generation of server, up to 9th generation. Third digit, server type. 5 for rack server, 0 for tower server, although tower servers could be outfitted with rack chassis. Fourth digit, indicated whether blade or independent box. 5 for blade, 0 for normal independent box. Example 1, PowerEdge 2650. 2 equals 2U server, 6 equals 6th generation, 5 equals rack server, 0 equals normal. Example 2, PowerEdge 6950. 6 equals 4U server, 9 equals 9th generation, 5 equals rack server, 0 equals normal. Example 3, PowerEdge 2800. 2 equals, based on, 2U server 2850, 8 equals 8th generation, 0 equals tower server, 0 equals normal. Example 4, PowerEdge 1855. 1 equals 1U server, 8 equals 8th generation, 5 equals rack server, 5 equals blade. Most servers had a tower equivalent. For example, the PowerEdge 2800 was the tower equivalent of the 2850. The naming applies to the tower version too, but the tower version will usually be between 5U and 6U.